So in one of my recent videos, I talked about vaping and how I don't do it because I never really got addicted to it, which is true. That is the primary reason I don't vape. But there's another reason in specific that actually happened a couple years ago, and I want to talk about it today because to this day, this blows my mind, and I hope you enjoy it. Before I get into it, I just want to say I just dropped a new song. It's out now on all platforms. I'm going to put it first link in the description. It would mean a lot if you just gave it one listen, and if you like it, add it to your playlist or something. Or if you hate it, never listen to it again. That's cool too. But a lot of you seem to like my music, so I think you'll like this one because it's in a similar genre to previous stuff that I've dropped. Anyway, enough promo. Let's get into the story time. So today's story time all takes place back in the wonderful year of 2022. It was the end of 2022. It was actually around this time. That's why this story time kind of popped in my head today. It was towards the end, right towards New Year's. I wasn't really doing a whole lot at this time. My life was pretty boring. I was pretty much just making videos every day, staying inside, just kind of being by myself, being kind of a hermit. And this day was like any other day back then. I was just sitting in my room at 11 at night. Yeah, it was 11 p.m. I was just by myself. I had no plans for the night. I was just going to stay in, keep watching Netflix, doing nothing, right? And at 11... my homie texts me. We'll call this homie Jake, okay? My homie Jake texts me, and he goes, yo, what are you doing right now? Now it's 11 p.m., right? I'm like, what could this dude possibly be inviting me to do at 11? And I just responded, and I was like, not much, man. How about you? He goes, I'm at the bar right now with Jason, Luke, and then he names like two other people, right? All friends of mine, all people I grew up with. And I was like, cool. And he's like, yeah, man, I'm hitting you up because of that. I want you to pull up. And I was like, bro, it's like 11. Like, how long you guys been there? He was just a couple hours. And keep in mind, it wasn't like a weekend or anything. Like, I'm pretty sure it was a Wednesday or a Thursday. So, like, I did not expect my friends to be out late like that. But they wanted me to pull up. And after asking me like twice, I was like, you know what, fuck it. Yeah, I'll show up. Why not? So I got ready really quick and I went to the bar. Now, upon arriving there, it was not what I expected. I thought it was going to be dead as hell in there because, like, it's a weekday. You know, usually bars aren't packed on weekdays. But this one that they were at, for some reason, had a shit ton of people in it. And I realized upon walking in that my friends had made friends with another group of people there that were a lot older than them. Like a lot older. Like all my friends were like in their 20s, right? And this group of dudes that my friends were talking to were probably like in their 40s or 50s. Now when I walked up to everybody, you know, my friends greeted me. They said, hey, they were all stoked to see me. It was cool to see them. And then they started introducing me to these new friends they made at the bar. My friend Jake's like, yo, you gotta meet these dudes. They're fucking awesome. And he proceeds to take me one by one to each of these guys and like have me shake their hand and introduce me to them. And most of them seem pretty cool. I don't really have much to say. But there was one guy in that group in specific that was kind of giving me a weird vibe, I would say. So after he introduced me to everybody, this one guy in that group of older dudes approaches me while I'm at the bar waiting for a drink. And he goes, yo, man, quick question. And I was like, yeah, what's up? And he goes, do you smoke weed? And I was like, yeah, sometimes. And he's like, you smoke anything else? And he gives me like a weird like half smile. I did not know what that meant. So I asked him, I'm like, do you smoke anything else? He goes, oh yeah, a lot of stuff. Now to this day, I do not know what a lot of stuff means. I'm assuming it means like anything you could think of. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But yeah, I don't know, man. This guy was giving me kind of like an odd vibe. I don't know, just the way he was talking to me and the questions he was asking, it kind of weirded me out. But, you know, I didn't think too much of it because it's not like he was hurting me or anything. It's just weird conversation, right? So I get my drink from the bar and I kind of just go about my night after this. I mainly talk to my friends and those like older dudes kind of hovering near us and like they're in their own little group. And then later on in the night, like 40 minutes to an hour later, me and all my friends are at a table. We're just sitting at one of the tables at the bar, drinking together. And one of my friends goes up to the bar to refill his drink and comes back and he's holding a vape. And he goes, yo, one of you has to hit this. This flavor is crazy. And I just thought it was his vape, right? I genuinely thought that like it was a new vape and he was just like showing us it. So I was like, sure, why not? Because it's one hit, right? Like it won't kill me, at least I thought. So I take a hit of it. And upon hitting it, I immediately realized this shit tastes really weird. Like, the flavor he told me it was supposed to be was creme brulee. This shit tasted like battery acid, and it burned like no other. And the immediate feeling I got when I hit it was also very weird. Usually when I hit a vape, I don't feel anything. Maybe after a few hits, I'll feel like a nicotine buzz, but this was like an immediate rush. And it sent like a really weird feeling down my whole body. I don't know how to explain it. It felt like a shock. Like it felt like a tingle down my whole body, right? And my hands went numb for a second. And I was like, what the fuck kind of flavor is this? Now this part was pretty fucking stupid of me. I decided to hit it again because I was trying to like figure out what it tasted like because I really didn't know what to compare it to. And the second one, I took a little bit too big of a hit and I started coughing. And immediately that feeling I had before just got worse. Like once again, had a weird feeling through my whole body, like tingly feeling. My hands felt numb for a second. I felt almost like a rush of energy go through my body this time. And then like 15 or 20 seconds after I hit it, I started to go into a sweat. Like I broke a sweat. And then after this, whatever effects I was feeling weren't wearing off. Like usually when I get like a nick buzz off a vape or something, it goes away in like a few minutes. This wasn't going away. In fact, I was feeling worse and worse every minute that went by. And it went from like feeling a little bit of a weird buzz and sweating with some tingly sensation to like a full-blown panic attack very, very quickly, like literally within 5 or 10 minutes. Now, while I'm starting to have a panic attack, my friends are all hitting this thing, tasting it because my friend came over and was like, you gotta taste this. And they're all having the same kind of reaction I did. They're like, what the fuck? This tastes weird. Like, what is this? And my friend, the one that brought it over, was like, oh, I got it over there from those dudes. And I immediately like kind of freak out inside. I'm like, wait, which one? And he goes, that one. And he points to the dude that I was talking to earlier on in the night. And I was like, wait, so you didn't buy this vape like from a store? You got it from them? He's like, yeah. Like he handed it to me and told me to taste it. So I did. And I was like, and you thought to bring it to all of us because it tasted funny? He's like, yeah. And I was like, dude, why? And this dumbass is like, I don't know. Now, after this, all of my friends start feeling strange as well. And so am I still. So now I know that I'm not alone in this. I know that I'm not just being a fucking, anxious dude. Because all my friends, they all vape like every single day and own them. And like it never gives them any problems. So I knew I wasn't alone, that this vape that we all just hit was weird and something might have been in it, right? So my buddy brings over the dude that gave him the vape. And like he brings him over and gives it back to him. And my buddy goes, hey man, that vape tasted super weird. And like all my friends are saying they feel something off it. Like, is there something in that shit? Like what the hell? Like I only took a hit and I'm not feeling much, but all my friends are claiming they feel something. And this guy, this like 50-year-old dude, starts giggling like a little girl. He starts giggling at us. And when he does this, I just knew. I knew I was fucked. I'm like, yo, he put something in that vape. There's something in there that he was like, chiefing through the night and then gave to us, and now we're feeling it, right? So after this guy like evilly giggles for like a second or two, my friend asks him again. He's like, all right, so like, is there anything in it or not, bro? I'm not fucking around. Keep in mind, I'm literally having a full-blown panic attack at this point. Like whatever this shit, like whatever this was, dude, I was feeling it still and it was just getting worse every minute. And after this fucking weirdo, giggles for another couple seconds, he goes, yeah, there was something in it, not just nicotine, just with a straight face. And me and all my friends look at each other in like pure terror. And I was like, what the fuck was in it? And I'm thinking to myself like, yo, please say weed. Please say weed. Please just say it's weed and it's really strong. And I'm just panicking because of that, because sometimes that'll happen to me. And this guy just laughs again. And he goes, just a little bit of magic. Now, me and my friends once again looked at each other, this time with a look of like, what the fuck does that mean? And I look back at the guy and I go, what does magic mean? And he goes, just a special concoction that John came up with. John was one of the people in that little group of 50-year-olds over by the bar. And I was like, okay, so one of your friends. So what is it? What's in this thing? And he just laughs and won't tell us. So my friend, the one that gave us the vape, right? He gets pissed because he wants to know what he just gave all of his friends. And he goes, bro, fucking tell me or I'm going to backhand you. I'm not kidding. And this guy just looks at him with a straight face and doesn't say anything. And my friend, bro, he's a man of his word, winds his hand back and just whacks him across the face and goes, feel like talking now? And the guy gets all pissed off, gets all stanced up, gets in his face. The bar staff sees this, they get between them. And next thing I know, me and all my friends are getting kicked out of the bar because my friend was trying to start a fight according to them. Which, I mean, from the distance, that's what it looked like, right? And while we were getting kicked out, the fucking group of older dudes is like screaming at us for being assholes and like, just basically cussing us out. And we're yelling at the bar staff, like, yo, kick those dudes out. They're lacing people, like passing around some weird ass vape, like kick them out. But the bar staff did not give two shits. They just kicked us out and let them stay. Now, upon us getting kicked out, now we're just kind of standing there outside, like, what the fuck do we do? Because it's cold out. We can't wait outside all day for them to come outside and talk to us. So we just go back to the car. And we're just sitting in my friend's car for like, I don't know, like a good hour, I'd say. We just sat in there and let the heat run for like a good hour and just talked to each other, well, feeling whatever effects of whatever this shit was that was in the vape, right? Now, luckily, after getting kicked out like 5 minutes later, I started to feel a bit better. And by the next hour, I felt completely fine. So whatever that shit was, whatever I consumed, it didn't last very, very long. Still too long, in my opinion, for whatever the fuck I put in my body with 2 hits. But I'm just glad I didn't take more. If I took like 2 more hits, it could have lasted even longer. So yeah, I'm glad that I didn't. But anyway, yeah, I was feeling a little bit better. My friends were all on the same page. And we just ended up leaving, bro. We wanted to like wait for those dudes to come out and be like, what the fuck was that? And like press them even harder. But we just didn't know when they were coming out. The bar didn't close for another couple hours. So we just wanted to leave. And yeah, man, to this day, I have no idea what the hell was in that thing. I know something was in it because the dude literally laughed and said some magic was in it, whatever the fuck that means. But all I know is that this was not no traditional vape. Because like I said, all my friends, they vape every day. They got no problems. Also, they have weed vaporizers that they hit every day. Those don't give them problems either. So I really don't think this was any weed. I think this was something else. And I think it was some pretty hard shit because the way it made us all feel was not good. There is a moral to this story. Do not smoke, drink, vape, whatever. Don't do anything some random dude at a bar hands you. And also don't be like my friend who takes the thing that the random guy at the bar hands you and then hands it to all of your friends being like, hey man, check this out. Because the dumbass was clearly not thinking. But yeah, dude, just be careful who you trust. But yeah, since this, I haven't really touched a vape. Not because, like, I think all vapes from the store are like that. Because obviously this one was, tampered with by a random man. But, like, just because the thought of hitting one just brings me back to that night and how just, like, absolutely weird I felt. But yeah, man, that's the story. Pretty crazy one in my opinion. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below. And subscribe if you're new. Also, check out my new song. It's in the description. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Bitch, you gotta know your place. Bad bitches, pull up on me. I got 2 switches, 20 gauge rounds.